Hi everybody, this is Dennis from the Dennis and Andy Show. I'm going to do a full review of BRZRKR issues 1, 2, and 3. Get caught up on the story. I had done a quick flip of each of them and then a full review on one, but I think it's just best if we recover it. BRZRKR is from Boom Studios. It's written by Keanu Reeves and Kindt. And Ron Garney did the great artwork in it, and then Bill Crabtree in the inks. So let's just kind of kick this one off. Issue 1 starts, and we see a really cool character. You see he's part of a squad. Everybody else is coming down in the lines in the helicopter, and of course Mr. BRZRKR himself just goes jumping down. He starts taking everybody out. It says life is short. He goes, I feel a connection. Tell me if I'm wrong. No, you're not wrong. And basically, he just waste to everybody. The art in this is just absolutely fantastic. Ron's art just fills in with this story. They complement each other very, very well. He's like, hurry, where is he? He's gone, went to the airport. He's leaving the country. And he decides, he gets mad, pushes him right through, and in return that you've helped us, they go right outside the window. He goes, a lot of things have happened. Damn. They go crashing into a truck. He just gets up, goes out, the other guy's dead. Look at that. Looks like a 50 caliber gun. They open up. He's just getting pelted in the chest, and he just keeps going. He winds up kicking right in through the windshield, takes out the driver. He commandeers the vehicle. But this is really a cool scene. And he goes, and by perfect, I mean, remember the victims of the Black Death smelled like. So they're really hinting that he's been around for a long time. I remember the smell of an angry mob putting a torch to tar and feathers. And then there's a guy behind him. He's got the draw on him. He shoots him. He blows his nose right off. That is just an absolutely cool scene. Of course, he gets the drop on it. He winds up shooting right through his hand. Whoop! He just throws the gun out. Yep, that guy's toast. We know he's in real trouble. Look at that. Grenade. Probably. Yep. Things aren't going to go well. And it doesn't. Blows him up. He keeps driving. They had a breakthrough. And he goes, he's peeking. Roger. He's on his way to the target. You can see him driving. The guy's about ready to take off in the plane. He goes, I never have thoughts of suicide. Well, I haven't for a long time anyway. Blows up the plane. That is just absolutely fantastic. I love this art. He comes out of the wreckage on flames, skin melting, hair's burned off. Must smell absolutely wonderful. The guy's like, what? Son, if you can hear me, they're telling me they want him alive. And he's ready. He's got it cocked. He's ready to go. And he's having some kind of a flashback. Well, I guess it's dead this time then. He pulverizes look at that, his face, just right through it. His eyeball goes out. He couldn't control himself. He pulls out a beating heart. He sees the kid's eye, and then again, he's having a flashback. I told you I don't want to die. I just want to be able to die. You did good. You did good. Don't forget it. Time for your new protocol. So he takes a pill, which is whatever the protocol is, we haven't learned yet. And then it says undisclosed U.S. government facility outside of Tacoma, Washington. So we know Tacoma's the place to be. They're kind of spraying him down, washing the blood off. He's helping us, and actually he's in a medical place and he's recuperating. I'm helping you, Department of Biometric Mapping, Department of Organ Regeneration Analysis, Department of Neural Circuits and Networks, Department of Cognitive Neuroscience, Department of Quantum Field Phenomena. So this is interesting because this is kind of giving you the idea of what he's going through, which kind of leads me to believe that they don't exactly know what they're dealing with, but quantum fields, that's kind of interesting. Stephen Caldwell, head of the belief system. But your memory is going to be the key to helping yourself. This is your job and mine. Know this. So there's a doctor there. This is more than a job for me. I have been working with you for a year now. I know you're not a god. I don't believe in gods. I don't worship you. I don't fear you. I don't want anything from you. Everybody wants something. Make your super army and your clone soldiers from me. I don't care. I just need mortality. Gods are immortal. I'm immortal. She's like, well, it's not that simple. You know, you're not a god. Then what am I? Something we don't understand yet. You're right. I do want something. What I want is you to understand you. But let's keep going. We're getting close. What? So anyway, he goes, I was tracking your hormonal levels in real time, and you had a significant spike in unusual places. Your blood clotting, your electrolytes were off the charts. So she's tracking him. She's trying to understand what's going on. She goes, this is why I can help you now. So you think. You did well out there today, but something was different. I could tell on the monitor something triggered, something snapped. And he's, again, was having some flashbacks. You go, I saw something new on the monitors. I saw new pathways light up in your brain. The new protocol seemed to be working. So she's got a vial. Today I remembered my father. He admitted, and more. So those flashbacks we saw are his father. It says, I remember. And there's the pill. He takes it, and he starts having memories. He remembers things as a child. He remembers a flash of lightning. He remembers being breastfed. He remembers being born. His eyes are kind of glowing. That is just really cool. He goes 80,000 years ago. To be continued. So this is really cool. So we know now he's 80,000 years old. So we're going to pick up with issue number 2 here. And he goes, my people were nomads. They eventually found a fertile valley. A valley that unfortunately was hard to defend from surrounding tribes. So they actually found a place that he was 80,000 years ago had a tribe. She goes, this is the same story you've been telling me for 70,000 or 78,000 years. I've read this before. But, you know, basically the new protocols, they're making you remember more stuff. She wants to know what that is. He goes, our village would be raided every season, surrounding villages. They would band together and harvest, you know, even our women and children. And she goes, we can't live like this anymore. But what do? We don't have the weapons or the resources. She goes, we have the gods, our ancestors we prayed to. They basically answered our prayers. The gods know that you'll pray to. Well, what do you propose? I propose that we ask them for a weapon. So this is cool. You see her going out picking up herbs and roots. She goes into a special cave. She's like, when have the gods ever answered our prayer except with sun and rain and the enemies? Well, what choice do we have? We need to basically turn to the gods. So she's mixing this and it lights up. This is really cool. It's really purple. We have enough. They talk about safe passage, the Units, the story that the mother and father always told me. So how does one put words into, you know, being that one cannot describe? There's the mother. So she's in there. Something happens. So we see lightning. So there's a storm that brews. Lightning actually goes into the cave. You see kind of like a transformation. It goes in. The father sees it, or I should say her husband. She gets struck by the lightning. Something happens. She gets basically transformed. Something happens to her. That lightning looks like it's the gods. They answered her prayer. You can see that it went into the old female parts there. And ta-da! She's like, whoa, are you okay? I didn't think it would work. Everything worked correctly. I spoke with intent. I just don't understand. She thought it was a failure. So they go to sleep that night thinking they failed. So they wake up in the morning and he's like, our prayers have been answered. Do you know how long you were in the womb? The doctor had asked. 2 moons, 60 days. Holy shit. He was born in 60 days. They wanted a weapon. The gods listened. The child came out and he was only nurtured in the womb. Instead of usually 9 months, it was 2 months. And the kid starts growing up at incredible speed. A season went by. I grew up quickly. I was living proof that the gods were listening. There was something inside, the opposite of how hunger builds. Instead of taking in, all I had to do was let it out. So they wind up, the elders and stuff, they wind up training him. They realize he is something special. They train him very hard. He's actually starts being able to kill the animals and then goes toe-to-toe with the bear and actually rips out its heart and eats it. Notice his eyes are still glowing. He gets wounded and stuff like that. She's like, he's already healed. He regenerates. So again, very much like Wolverine. They actually, another season, another harvest stolen. And the guys are like, many thanks. The chief was like, not now, my love. Not now. He's not ready. Because dad wants him to go fight and unleash their son. Mother's like, no, he's not ready. He's showing the kid, do you see this is your purpose? And the kid's like, never again. Berserker's like, never again. So they continue on training for the year. Everything is stolen with him. And that's what he remembers. He goes, all right, we can circle back around. And to that, how are you feeling now? Exhausted. So they go through. He starts going on flashbacks. For centuries, you've been measuring me, taking samples, analyzing me, poking me, scanning me. I've been stuck 1,000 times. But she goes, but my protocols, our protocols, they're working. You see our results. I just want a little more. I want you to go back. Remember the first time. With the first time you were truly free. It was the next harvest. This is really cool. The surrounding tribes, they always came. They came, the husband and wife, the chief and his wife, they go and offer a truce, a partnership. Let's do this together. Oh my God. They started laughing at him. This is half the fun of taking. Well, mother's like, I hope we did the right thing. Dad was like, God's gave us a weapon. They did, but that weapon is still just a boy. He's standing there with like this axe and a spear, and eyes lit, he goes to town, and it is an absolute slaughter fest. Look at that. He's got more arrows that are just pelted in him. He goes, I remember that day now, remember my parents, having a tribe, having purpose. And I remember that being that time, that this is the last time I ever felt happy. So that is like really a really cool, ending to number 2. So basically his parents brought him up to be a weapon. We move on to 3. It had only been 2 seasons since he was born, but already he was making an impact. Leaving his mark in only 2 seasons, he had become a man. I mean, just look at that. Just 2 seasons. You see a lot of combat again, and he's like, Father, did I do well? Unut, what the village calls you. It means 2 things, both tool and weapon. It is apt, son. You've proven yourself once again. You destroy, but you also build our village, and our village thrives because of you. We are safer now. He goes, our position in the valley is envied by all. As long as we exist, we will never be safe. So we go in, and he's sitting there talking with his mother. Mother, I did all that Father was asked today. I heard you did well, my love. What is it? They call me Unut. Am I just a tool or a weapon? I'm just a dog of war. Mother's like, you are a gift. I prayed to the gods, and they gave you to me. And what did you pray for? Did you pray for a son? Or did you pray for Unut? What an absolutely cool question. Mother sitting there, my love, what are you doing? Planning another attack? There's much to do. Do we not have enough? So she's like, we've defended ourselves. It's time to stop. Let's do this. And, she's like, all of this killing is wearing on him. He's just a boy. He's like, is he? Promise me, because he is. He's a young person with a unable to be killed with a thirst for battle. but he desires for more. So this is really kind of a cool development. They show you the picture: mountains to the east, river dwellers to the south, plainsmen to the north, and colder climates to the west. They were expanding their borders, and he began to have our doubts. The village is so far, Father. How can we possibly be a threat? Father was like, this is the richest of all the tribes. Their wealth is the threat. They are much stronger than we are, which is why I only send you and a few warriors. They will not expect anything, not from just a few of you. So he sends them in on assassination jobs. So they get into the palace, and he's got 2 axes, like battle axes. Guards, mercy please. Father said, no one lives. So Father uses them. Again, lots of cool battle scenes. We've taken out the rest of the palace guards. The village is ours. And BRZRKR's like, no one lives, because Father had said, no mercy, that no one lives. Long before the protocols, his adolescence was being shaped. He was born this way. Father, did I do well? His face is off. Again, I love Ron's art in this. This is just an absolutely fantastic depiction. Son, yes. This is good. If we spared the women and children, they would only have raised the children into men bent on destroying our valley, and the children would never forget. So basically they're saying, if we didn't wipe out everybody now, in a generation or 2, they would be brought up and they would come out and try and kill us. So this way you have spared everybody. Mother, of course, is like, you're forcing him to do something he's not. She goes, that is, he relished in it. Because he saw the battle, and the son does. He literally goes berserker, hence the name. Whatever this is, whatever I am, I don't want it. He was being conditioned. So he wanted to be more than just a weapon. And he explained this to his mother with feelings, with what they could. All of a sudden, there's this red lightning. He's like, what is that? What has she done? Even the carnage continued. Another success, my son. Nothing can stop you. You never answered my question. Your mother went to the cave, our tribe's first shelter. She prayed for a gift. The gods gave us you. But you are my son as much as your mother. You know that I love you. We would be nothing without you. We never would do anything to hurt you. He stopped talking after that. He needed a break. The important thing is, he was remembering who his was. So they're having a whole conversation about it. And so these protocols are actually causing him to remember stuff. He's on his way back from wet work in Chile, which means it was a lot of killing. Mission accomplished. We took 4 KIA. And BRZRKR was like, sorry about that. They got too close to me. New protocol adjustment to this time. To be continued. So basically, when he loses control, he absolutely goes berserk, and he can't control himself. He wound up taking out members of his own party, because when he's in the killing zone, kind of like Wolverine going into his BRZRKR rage. So anyway, that's the end of the first 3. That brings you up to snuff on this. This is a great series. I am thoroughly enjoying it. The artwork, the storytelling, there's a lot of combat. And I'm glad they're getting into more depth of the character. So I've been kind of was hoping they were going to. I'm giving this a CGC rating of a 9.2. This is staying on my pull list. I absolutely love the story. I want to see where this continues to go. It is just a great, I don't know if it's Keanu or Matt that really came up with the concept or the details, but they're together are putting together a great story. Ron and Bill's stuff together. This is just a great all-around package. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave your comments below. Maybe some of you like it more than I do. Maybe some of you like it less than I do. Love to hear your thoughts. That's why there's so many books on the market. So anyway, I look forward to talking to you all, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.